Good morning, I'm Dr. Reese Halter, and you're listening to Earthcast, SOS.com. Yesterday, at the United Nations headquarters in New York City, our friends, the whales, seals, dolphins, sea turtles, and seabirds scored a huge win. The 70th session of the United Nations General Assembly recognized for the first time the vulnerability of the largest animals in the oceans to a deadly cocktail of increasing human-generated threats to their lives. This ruling offers a much-needed ray of hope for marine life in a dark period, marked by the disappearance of so many species due to overfishing, and by the conspicuous absence of oceans in the COP21 or the Paris Agreement, and by the return of savage Japanese whalers into the Southern Ocean Whale Sanctuary in defiance of the world's high court, the International Court of Justice at The Hague, and its ruling, and the Australian High Court and the Australian Federal Court's rulings. I'm going to give you the 411 because I always do, from my heart. The oceans are in a bloody shambles. The current estimates show that at least 100,000 marine mammals and in excess of 400,000 seabirds and sea turtles die each year needlessly. That's at least 500,000 animals. OMG! Let me remind you that over the past 200 years, humans have annihilated over 5 million whales. And according to claims by the London-based Environment Investigation Agency, more than 1 million whales, dolphins, and porpoises, cetaceans, have been massacred near Japan in the past 70 years alone. What the frack? The resolution at the United Nations to acknowledge that whales, seals, dolphins, sea turtles, and seabirds were even in trouble took 5 years of heavy negotiations. And according to some, the nations of Japan, Iceland, Denmark, Norway, and others were especially rude. These bloodthirsty, ocean-killing nations overtly intend on killing cetaceans until they're no more on the globe. Look, as far as I'm concerned, that's sociopathic, and it's ecocide, and it's bloody wrong. The whales, the filter-feeding whales, are fertilizing the sea with their flocculent fecal plumes, their poop, rich in iron and nitrogen, helping to regrow the oxygen-bearing phytoplankton, giving us almost 3 out of every 4 breaths of air, no matter where you live on our beautiful blue globe. By the way, the climate crisis brought to you by the fossil fuel subsidized industry, $5.6 trillion annually globally each year in subsidies. What up? They're responsible for the missing 40% of the oxygen-bearing phytoplankton. Warming oceans have prevented cold water currents, you see, from rising and delivering iron and nitrogen for the phytoplankton to grow. And the whales are helping us to regain that toehold. Go whales! Since 1950, seabird populations globally have crashed by 70%, from awful overfishing and long lines. If you attach them end to end, that's 13 million miles. That's 522 times around our equator, with a couple billion hooks in our oceans right now. And all sea creatures, every morning when they awake or go to sleep, depending upon who they are, they face 3.5 million pieces of plastics entering the oceans daily. Noise pollution has increased 50-fold in the past couple of decades, from lethal seismic air guns scouring the ocean floor for more climate-altering, subsidized fossil fuels. Ship strikes are hammering, my friends, our friends, the whales. Ghost nets, oil spills, 80,000 metric tons of mercury poisoning from burning coal over the past 50 years, and other persistent organic pollutants like DDT, PCBs, insecticides, phenols, phthalates. They're now accumulating in all marine life in their fat cells. And let's not forget, awfully, the destruction of ocean habitat by trawling. They drag these beams that weigh 5-10 tons and smash the ocean floor every day, an area 150 times the area on land that's clear cut every year, that is permanently destroyed. And also, almost 45% of all coral reefs, home to at least 1 million species of life, are gone. The oceans are warming that much, and they're acidifying, and an acid ocean melts coral reefs. Thousands of marine mammals and sea turtles drown each year unnoticed, tangled in ropes and abandoned drift nets, and suffocating from swallowing plastics, or cut in half by over 100,000 cargo ships crisscrossing our oceans daily. Ladies and gentlemen, we need the oceans. The oceans don't need us. Shame on any nation that prides itself on killing our life support systems, the oceans. Hashtag save nature now. Hashtag love nature. Hashtag love is the solution. Earthcast SOS needs a helping hand. Come on to drreese.com and make it happen by clicking on the donate button. Or there's still time to pick yourself up a holiday pack, which includes an organic tea for my World Save Nature Now tour, an organic tote bag, because we're not using fossil fuel plastic bags any longer, and a copy of my latest book, Shepherding the Sea, which I'll autograph happily, all for only $49 at drreese.com. Just do it. I'm Earth Dr. Reese Halter, reminding you to protect our planet.